guys had left.
Well, thanks for being here. Wow. What the heck just happened? Special thanks, as always. Never want to take anything for granted, and that's all the way from the skull session to wonderful crowd, incredible band, and that stadium helped us when we needed them the most, and that was one of the best fourth quarters I've ever witnessed in my coaching career. So hats off to our fans and the 10th unit, the crowd. And just a quick comment about our quarterback. You know, I see all these, everyone's throwing these sheets at me with records, this, records that. You guys can figure out all the records. I'll just tell you, man to man, this is one man talking about another man. I don't know if I've ever had more respect for a human being and as a person, as you know, because you earn respect and you witness people in very dire straits at times, tough situations, and that's why I have so much respect for the men and women who serve our military, because they get put in such tough situations, and I love to talk to them about those situations and the respect they earn for each other. And we're certainly not in that kind of environment, but we're in college football, where it's either yes or no in those situations, and he was a big yes tonight. I've never had a kid play perfect, but damn, he was close tonight. 33-39. I can count 4 drops off the top of my head, and then 2 penalties that kept him from big completions. And he'd be the first one to tell you he's a product of those around him, which he is. Receivers, offensive line played well. That's the #1 defense in America we have great respect for. And I just can't, just how proud I am of JT. That's how I answer your questions.
Front row right, Rob. Urban, you said earlier in the week that the biggest games are won by the best leadership. JT, you see him behind the scenes. I think he had 16 straight completions tonight at one point.
Wow.
What do you see? What did you see this week in him?
I've seen, I've had him for I think 5 years. I've seen it ever since he's been playing for us. You know, I heard about this JT Barrett guy, and he came on as a redshirt freshman, and he wasn't tall enough, wasn't this, wasn't that, but he's tough as a lion, and he has an incredible skill to lead others. And that's why, and he's not by himself. That's why I named 9 captains this year, because when you start separating, those 9 guys are different than, they deserve that opportunity to lead this team, and they did that. And you can see a bunch of those cats from that defensive line, and that's as good a defensive line play as I've ever seen.
Far left, Urban, I know you sat down talking about JT, but you mentioned tumultuous times, and he's had a very kind of up and down career at times when it comes to just the battle he had with Cardale. 5 weeks ago, people thinking he should be benched. I'm wondering, can you give me a little bit more perspective of what it might have been like behind closed doors with him a month ago, and a little bit of an idea of...
Yeah, it was all about getting better. There's, with all due respect to people who had that opinion, that in the Woody Hayes facility, there's more than any opinion. There's zero conversation about that discussion. So once again, I hear people say, well, there's a lot of people thought. That's not one time I've walked in a staff meeting and say, what do you guys think? What do the fans and the media think about JT? We don't talk about that. We talked about what do we have to do to get better, and realize that a lot of times the quarterback, deservedly so, gets far too much credit, far too much blame. Like he's getting a lot of credit tonight, but also those receivers playing their tails off.
The way that he's a strong kid, and it's had to have been
strong.
I mean,
strong as a lion.
But he also reads and knows and is aware of all the
I think
things.
he's beyond all that. I think there's a point, all of us in our lives, that you'll read something, you'll say, what is that? But he's a professional. He's a college athlete, but he's a pro. And I played my career too, and so a lot of older guys are like, did you read that? Did I read what? No, we're good. We just got to get better. Got to get better. Got to keep steady in the boat. Keep the boat moving forward.
Front row right, Bill.
Urban, you've won 3 national championships. You're perfect against Michigan. But can you recall a game in which it seemed like you were pushing up the hill and the win was as improbable as this? Would you describe your emotions? How many times you must have thought it's not meant to be?
Yeah, that one fumble, I kind of thought, we got, and then also that kickoff coverage. I'm not even going to take questions on that. We're going to have to make some serious changes on personnel and everything else. That was comical. So, yeah, this was, of all the coaching, 31 years I've ever been, I can't remember one quite like this one.
Far left over here, Doug.
Urban, what did you get a sense of on the sideline with your guys when you're down 14, nothing like that, so quickly?
I think I say this often, that there's only really one guy panicking, it was me. And we have a bunch of veteran players out there, veteran coaches, and that's Kevin Wilson and Ryan did a very nice job. Greg Schiano, defense did a very nice job. We just had the task at hand, get some things fixed. And special teams looked awful at times, but also maybe the play that saved the game with a block punt. And then also when we kicked off, one time got it down 11-yard line. So, I'm not proud of it, but a lot of times I'm the only one panicking out there. And I'm not proud of it. Our team is very solid, very stay focused, and keep swinging.
And you said you don't want to talk about it, but you guys did make the adjustments on kickoff to try to deal with the situation. Let's talk about what you had to do sort of to try to figure something out that could possibly work.
JT's a great leader, and he's
Front row middle, Austin.
Urban, I know you said that you might have been the only one panicking, but coming off the bye week, you guys seem so confident. The way that the Ohio State team played in the fourth quarter, I'm not sure that anybody could have matched up, but did you wonder who that team was in the first 3 quarters and what had happened to the progress that you've shown over the last month?
Well, we held probably the number 1 tailback in America at 40 yards, so it was one phase that was really struggling. The offense was moving the ball. I kept looking at the stats, and it was overwhelming. We really didn't get stopped. We had a couple penalties here and there, but that's the ebbs and flows of the game. So when you say the first 3 quarters, no, I can count a handful of plays and we look like fools. We have to get that fixed. But it wasn't like we were getting pummeled. It was the opposite. We were playing very well against a very good team, but we had some miscues that were used to be uncharacteristic. Now we got to make sure we get those fixed.
Couple more questions. Over here to the left, Brianna.
Coach Meyer, in the fourth quarter, JT definitely, his performance was Heisman Trophy candidate quality. So do you think this was his best performance thus far in his football career?
I think that H word is appropriate after today's game. And Les, what'd you say? Excuse me?
Do you think this is his best performance in his whole football career since he's been here?
I can think of some great ones, but I'd probably put this one A or one B. I remember Michigan State in 14 was one of those days like the other day. Beyond this has to be one of the best. It's one of the best I've ever seen a quarterback play.
Front row, Tim.
Urban, this was a game where both teams were throwing haymakers, especially in the fourth quarter. What is the play you're going to remember most? And then number 2 pass that Jalen Holmes' sack during that last possession set up, the serendipity that led to the last play. What just kind of came right, do you think, in that last possession?
Defensive line and Larry Johnson, I heard, do we blitz, do we do this? And I remember just over the headsets, Coach Johnson saying, let him go. Just let him, coach, you don't need to pressure him. Let those 4 guys go after the quarterback. And my gosh, they were all over the place.
And what play do you remember right now? What's the play that just sticks out in your mind from this game? What are you thinking when I say that?
Probably the game winner, because I remember the call, 8-17, Lycine, look back. And they gave us the look that we needed, and those guys upstairs did a very nice job and executed to perfection.
And 2 more over here to the right, play.
Was it the greatest comeback in your coaching career?
I think so.
And did you ever prepare the consolation speech? You said you panicked a little bit.
Didn't have time. Too much going on.
And final question over here to the right.
Urban, Saquon Barkley obviously came into this game with well-deserved accolades. You complimented him. Though we had the opening kickoff, you followed him up pretty well between the tackles. I'm just wondering if you can talk about the game plan and execution against him.
Yeah, I think I'll leave that up to Greg. Wasn't much involved in that game planning. We talked about him. My biggest concern was not just the fact he's a great running back. We had 21 carries for 44 yards, if I'm reading that right. Is that right? And one was a 36-yard carry. Wow. Yeah, our defense is all over him. And one of the biggest things that makes him such a great player is the ability to catch the ball. I was as worried about that as, because we're a man coverage team, also to get stuck with linebacker playing a man-to-man like we saw against our rivals. So I thought that's a credit. We had the bye week to prepare for him too, but we still have incredible respect for him as a player.
Coach, thank you very much. No, guys, stay back there, please. Stay back there.